Hello guys, how y'all doing today? Look, this video, I have to come to y'all today with a heavy heart with this video. Yes, Jesus. Concerning a young man and his dad and that school shooting that took place at Appalachian High School in Barrow County, Georgia. Guys, not just for them, but all children that are getting in these situations where they're shooting the schools up and lashing out in that manner. And there's so many people around this world look at these situations and be saying stupid stuff like, good, they're going to lock him up as an adult. Good, they're going to try him as an adult. Good, his mama need to be locked up in his daddy. That is the most stupidest stuff I ever heard in my life. And let me explain to you why. It's a sad situation for something like that to have happened. It's a sad situation that someone has been killed. And it's an even more sadder situation that someone was killed by the hands of youth, of children. We've had children do such things. And instead of looking at the situation and assessing the problem and understanding the need that need to be met, you so quickly agree with the nonsense. You so quickly just lock these people up and these children up and these teenagers up. And after all these years, y'all mean to tell me y'all ain't got enough sense to stop and sit down and talk to them children and see what went wrong? I know you have, because it's the government. And y'all love doing that guinea pig stuff. So I know y'all done sat down and seen what the issue was. And I'm going to tell you what I know is the issue. When, I can't remember which news station it was, but a reporter pulled up the statistics from 1969 all the way up to now. She didn't get the statistics of the shootings that happened in 69. She said she had them, but she just started with year 2000 and went up to now and showed how the killings have increased. Yes, Jesus. God has been giving warning for years. For years. Well over 10 years that this was going to happen. And that it was going to increase and increase and increase until the mothers went back home and raised these children like they were supposed to. But no one listened. No one is still listening. No one's still not listening. See, everybody pointing fingers when you should be doing this. Why do I say that? Well, the government decided one day, well, the dads are leaving the homes and it's just the mamas and the children, and the mothers have to be on welfare. So you know what? Somebody got to pay the bills, and the government's so damn greedy till they want the money that's coming out of the taxpayers' pocket. They don't want to share it with the women and the children. So they said, you know what? We're going to put the women to work. Yes, Jesus. And it all stemmed back. Don't get me wrong. It goes back to when the women decided to fight for the right to work, when that should not have been allowed. Now, I understand that the women, and it seemed like I'm all over the place, but I'm not. I'm coming back around. It seemed like now back when the women fought for the right to work, it stemmed from all the men having to go to war. And the women had to get out and work in order to take care of the household. But then when the war was over and the men was coming back home, women didn't want to stop working. So they fought for the right to work. Took some years, but they got it. The government really didn't press the issue, but they got the right to work. But here come around the 1970s, late 70s, early 80s. Now the government wants to push the issue of the woman coming up out the home and going to work. Not thinking about the children. Didn't give them not one damn about the children. Well, this is the result. And the reason why I say it's all of society's fault is because when they said mothers come up out the home, mothers should have said, no, I am not coming up out my home. I'm going to raise my child. I'm going to teach my child who is going to raise and teach my children. But instead, mothers' eyes got like, I can work. And decided they wanted to go get that little change themselves. Wanted to go get them coins. Yeah, you did. And you guys said, well, they got daycare. But did you know who was running them daycares? The same thing happened today that was happening even then. You got child molestation, you got rape, you got murders, you got killings, people coming in, killing, kids being kidnapped. It all was happening when they first started this thing out, and it's still happening even more so today. But instead of the people saying no, y'all said, okay, let's do that. Now the children is growing up, they don't feel loved. There's no one at home to supervise them. They're not being taught the values, the ethics, the morals, the standards, etc. They're not being taught that which they need to be taught. They're not being taught. And yet, you still want the mothers to go to work. Still want the mothers to go to work. That's not right. Now you locking up. Now it wasn't enough that you was housing all the men. Now you starting to house all the children. Look at the statistics over the last 10 years of how it has grown with the children and the youth being put in prison. Not in juvenile, in prison. Even the statistics show that juvenile has even increased at an alarming rate. And instead of doing what needs to be done, y'all still choose to do what you want to do. Mothers need to come up out that workplace, go back home, and raise these children with love. If you know, a lot of y'all don't believe in God, but a lot of you do. And you know that what goes in the eye gate and what goes in the ears, it goes into your heart, into your spirit. And that which comes in is what's going to come out. And if you putting darkness in, all you're going to get is darkness. That's all you're going to get. The Lord let me see a couple of videos a few days ago. It blew my mind. There was a boy and a girl, 2 different cases. And I'm quite sure there's more cases like this, where they didn't have no issue with the people. They just wanted to know how it felt to kill somebody. They just wanted to know how it felt. Why is children thinking like this? You can say the devil all he want to. It ain't the devil. It's human. It's human. Yeah, Jesus. It is human that is doing this nonsense. We're not standing up for what's right. We're standing up for what's good for our pockets. We're not standing up for what's right. We're standing up for what we think we want to do. You putting all these laws in. The law need to be reinstated where the mothers need to be at home raising these children. And these men, while they running around dropping off children to this house, that house, and the next house, the first house he go to and he get a child at, that's where he lay. He raised that family. Then another law need to be implemented where if you ain't married, you shouldn't be able to have sex. Look at this mess that's going on. Look at it. And y'all keep saying y'all don't see. You don't understand. You see and you understand very well what's going on. But you just don't care. You don't care until it hit your house. And a lot of y'all saying it ain't gonna never hit my house. Don't you understand that all these, it's that man sitting right there right now that's being charged about what his son has done. And the ones that happened in Michigan. The mama and the daddy had to give an account for what the son had did. Don't you know them parents never thought that this would happen? Don't you know that them parents never ever imagined their children would do something like this? Them ain't poor people. The government feel like their children is untouchable, that they would never do. But let truth be told, some of these government children have already done something like this, and they covered it up. I'm not biting my tongue for nobody, because I am tired of seeing these children's lives thrown away for nonsense. For nonsense. Correct the issue. Mamas, go home and raise your children. Men, get your tail out there and work these jobs. Government raise these doggone prices so that it is a living wage where these daddies can take care of. If they ain't at home, they're able to take care of the home they in, and they're able to take care of the home they made and walked away from. If you implement that law where if you can't have sex until you married, I guarantee you all this mess gonna stop. It's gonna stop. Let's be real with this thing. Ain't y'all tired of locking up children yet? Ain't y'all tired of children being killed yet? I've been tired. And y'all just keep on acting like y'all don't know what to do. It ain't just the parents' fault, it's everybody's fault. Because you allowed those laws to be implemented. You allowed the mama to come up out the household. All of those nonsense, barefoot and pregnant women looked down on. No, women ain't being looked down on. It's just the simple fact. If you're not ready to be at home and raise children, don't have them until you're ready to come home and raise your children. Go on and do your life. Go live it up. Party, work, get your profession, do all you want to do before you have your children. Then, when you're ready to have children, you already set in life, go ahead and have your children. That way you can stay at home and raise them. Those that have children now, and they trying to work, no. Ain't no work, it ain't no career. You come home. Now, other than doctors, nurses, police women, judges, things of that nature, yeah, I could understand a woman having to be there because that's your profession. I could understand that. But, and teachers, I could understand that. But other than that, a woman should be at home raising her children. You're selfish. You're selfish. Those that have children, stay at home. Raise them in the right manner. Teach them. Don't be at home partying stuff and you ain't raising them and they paying no attention to your children. Pay attention to your children and raise them right. Raise them correctly. Then when they about 14, 15, 16, if you raise them correctly, you can go on and you can go to work and get your career started. Women having children now, 14 and 15, it ain't like you ain't going to be young enough once the children get grown. You have a kid at 15, at 30, by the time you get 30, they're 15. 31, they're 16. Okay, that's a perfect age to start a career. And a minute in between, do your schooling at home on a computer. There's a way around everything to get everything done that needs to be done. I'm tired of feeling the way I feel on the inside about what's going on in this world with these children and youth. I'm tired of crying about these children and youth, and they're not mine. They're not mine, but they like they mine because I feel a spirit every time. I'm tired of seeing so many laid down to rest already because of this. Because of selfishness and nonsense. Ain't y'all tired yet? Ain't you tired yet? And then you'll be all up on Facebook and on YouTube and Twitter talking about they need to lock that boy up forever. They need to lock his parents up too. They need to lock you up too. Because you allowed it to happen. Many times I post this on anything I'm on, the number one question is, who gonna pay the bills? They have demonized welfare to the point don't nobody want to be on welfare. I understand that. But if you got children, you need to be home. And if that's your only option, then doggone it, use it. Use it. Use it. But raise these children and start implementing some laws right now so within the next 10 to 20 years, all of this will be turned back around to the way it's supposed to be. Stop thinking about what men think and do what needs to be done. Do what needs to be done. Yes, Jesus. Now, y'all, I done threw some ideas out there. Use them. Mamas, leaders work for us. Go home. Don't y'all know the mothers make up over 71, 72% of the workforce? 71, 72% of the workforce is mothers, working mothers. Only 28 to 29% is men and single women. The rest of them are working mothers. Why is that? Have y'all ever thought about that? Why is the workforce over half full of working mothers? Why? Why did the government pull the mama out of the household and now taking her children, throwing them in there for some slaves? Why? Did you think about that? And a new government that wasn't in office when all this stuff was being made, y'all see the problem? Change it. Change it. They made the law back then. Y'all can change the law now. Change it. Everybody, Lord, Lord, help, Lord, help, Lord. He tried to send help. You don't want it when he send it. Why? Because it's going to hit your pocket. Not understand and realize that it may strengthen your pocket. But because you think in your mind, if we do this and we do that, it's going to take away this, it's going to take away that. You just never know. Give it a try. Give it a try. Yes, Jesus. My Lord. But that's all I came on here to say. I'm just tired of this, and y'all should be too. And stop all that, this, that, and the other, pointing fingers, telling them what they should do. It could always hit your home too. It could always hit your home too. You might think your kids, baby, I've seen a child change overnight. Lay down one night to go to sleep and woke up a whole big different, looked like a big demon. Don't say what won't happen in your house. You never know. That man sitting right there on trial with his son right now. He never thought that would happen with his son. He got in trouble last year. I don't think the man would have bought him a gun if he really thought the guy would carry something out like that. Ain't no parent gonna think nothing like that about their children. All these children that's done this stuff in the past, especially the young ones, 8, 9, 10-year-olds that done some mess like this. I remember in Flint, Michigan, I think the boy was 6 years old and shot a 5-year-old girl. Everybody gonna think that no kid gonna do nothing like that. So don't say what won't happen in your house, because you don't know. You don't know. Kids' hormones are raging. They all over the place. They go through stuff at home that they don't understand. They go through stuff at school that they don't understand because they're growing. You've been there, you've done that. You already know this. Why do y'all think that kids are born out the womb an adult? They ain't nothing changed. You wasn't no adult when you was 13, 14, 15, and 16. You was going through growing pains. You was going through all that too. You didn't understand what you thought you understood. But as you grew older, you realized you didn't understand a damn thing. I was telling some teenage girls the other night that I had to pick up. Well, I didn't have to pick them up. I was at a gas station. They were stranded. And I was telling them that, you know what? I got 14 grandkids and 6 kids. You think you know everything. As a teenager, you think all teenagers feel that way. I did the same thing. But here I am, a grandmama. And I'm still dumb as a box of rocks because life changes every day. I get older on a daily basis. And as I get older, there's things change in my life. And I have to learn those things. You understand what I'm saying? Or I ain't dumb as a box of rocks, but I'm just saying in that manner. Because the older you, when you're young, when you're a baby, you growing, you got to learn. When you get to a certain age, you got to learn more. When you get to a certain age, you got to learn more. And you get older, you got to learn more. It's the same thing. You never stop learning. Think I know how to be a grandmama? I didn't know how to be a grandmama until I became a grandmama. You think I know how to be an elder? I ain't elder. But you think I know how to be the age that I am? No, I never been this age before. At least not to my knowledge. The space in life where I am, you think I know how to be in this space? No, I've never been here before. Are y'all understanding what I'm saying? Are you understanding what I'm saying? I'm a long way from a box of dumb as a box of rocks. I'm a long way from that. That was just used as an analogy. The Lord getting on me right now. That was just that was just used as an analogy. Let me clear that up. Okay. So y'all, I love y'all with the love of Christ. And stop laughing at people and wishing bad stuff on people. Because the same bad you wished on somebody else may fall back on you. Stop it. And government, get this thing right. Y'all see what's going on. I know y'all putting psychiatrists with these kids that's doing these killings and shootings to try to find out what went wrong. Y'all been knowing what went wrong a long time ago, but instead of correcting it, you're still allowing it. You know, when you put the mamas to work, you knew what was going to happen, but you still did it. I've read many research papers that people have wrote, y'all different doctors and stuff that done wrote, but you still did it. You still did it. Y'all that's in the office now can say, well, I didn't do it. I wasn't in the office then. No, you didn't. But you're in the office now. Is you correcting it? Is you making any difference to it? You're not. So you may as well have put it there. Because you're still allowing it. Send the mothers back home. Mamas, get up, look, all them nails and hair and all that. Leave that alone if you got children. Focus on your children. Your children is your star prize right now. That's your prize right there. Is raising them children to become successful individuals, to becoming people that are able to work in society and make a better place for everybody in this world, including themselves. That's your job. That's where your success is come in right now. That's where you get prettified, get all beautified up in. It ain't your nails and your hair and your toes and all that. It's them children. If you could put a beautiful spirit in those children and raise them to be beautiful, baby, your reflection is awesome. The most beautiful thing you ever did see, if you could raise your children up in a proper way. It ain't about your hair and your nails. Your hair and your nails ain't gonna get you in heaven. It's gonna get you straight in hell. And a lot of y'all don't understand the way you neglect these children. You neglecting God. You think you're gonna make it to heaven? A lot of church women do the same thing. And you think you're gonna make it to heaven because, well, I'm doing this. I go to church, I read my Bible, I preach, I teach. But your children are at home being neglected. But your children are at home being neglected. You think you're gonna get into heaven? God those children are gifts from God. Yes, Jesus. They are gifts from God. And if you can't take care of that gift that God gave you, you think you're going to get into heaven? And you neglect it? You're not. I hate to say this, but that mama with the 11-year-old, he's sitting in jail right now. And she dead. Shot her dead in the head. And she ain't talking about how she was saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost. But she couldn't see that child had a demon. The church couldn't see that child had a demon. 11 years old. He's sitting in prison right now. Mama dead. Right now. Y'all think she made it to heaven? Y'all think when the Lord come and wake up, she gonna make it to heaven? She not. She not. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. God give us these children as a gift. But understand, they're his heritage. They're his heritage. You got to take care of these children and raise them in the way he said raise them and teach them the things he told you to teach them. Not that what you thought you want to do. Not being selfish. He wouldn't have gave them to you if he thought you was selfish. When he gave them to you, he felt that you would be responsible. But then you allow something to creep in and cause you to be irresponsible. But that was your choice. Your choice. Guys, we got to get this thing right. If you love your children, but it's time to get it right. God gave me a dream a couple years ago, and I made a video about it, and it's on Facebook, where the children had got so outrageous to the adults was afraid of them. Even the police, the government itself was afraid of the children because they had got so outrageous. And I could see it happening. I could see that happening. You think because you got your guns and you got your armies and you got that, baby, children are something to deal with. And they're much more young, more youthful, and their mind is more creative than an adult. I could see it happening. I could see children militarizing themselves to come up against adults. I could see it. I could see it. The way it's going now, I can see it. People, get it right. Government, you already know what the issue is. Y'all talk to them children. Get it right. God ain't no joke. He real whether you want to believe it or not. He real. He mean what he say. Now I love it. Hey, Jesus. I love it. Hey. Hallelujah. Jesus. I love y'all with the love of Christ. And until next time, peace, stay blessed, and get these children together.